We've had so much fun with this gentleman. I'm not going to tell you anything about him because I'm going to let him introduce himself. But you will have fun with the stand-up comedy of Gary Port. Come on, give a hand, Gary!
Hi, I know what you're thinking. Boy, has John Oliver really let himself go. When I started this with Rich and Peter, they told me that with stand-up you're going to have to learn to be humiliated and to be rejected. And I said, boy, it's like I'm back in high school. And by the way, you guys sit down, they don't realize these lights are really intense and disorienting. Now I finally understand why when I was a prosecutor, I got so many confessions. I'm retired Army. I joined back in the 80s when the motto was, be all you can be. And I was really excited about that until I found out that this was all I was going to be. But I did 28 years active in reserve, retired as a I retired as a lieutenant colonel, JAG, you know, military lawyer like Tom Cruise. Well, one thing that upset me was I never got a Purple Heart. And I went to talk to my general once and I asked for the Purple Heart. He said no. Some people just don't appreciate the seriousness of stapler injuries. When I was a young officer, my boss told me that the job of the JAG is to keep generals in line. I was a little confused by that. And he said, Captain, do you know what the difference between a general and God is? I said, no, sir. He said, God doesn't think he's a general. Fast forward 15 years, I'm now a legal advisor to a general who is a golf fanatic. And he wanted to upgrade the installation's golf course. So I'm looking over the plans, and I went to him, I said, sir, can't do it. And he got really upset. What do you mean, Colonel? Why can't we do it? Well, sir, it's just not a legal use of landmines. Now, like a lot of military guys, I ended up with a foreign wife. Yukiko is from Tokyo, Japan. I get real upset because guys come up to me all the time and say, oh, you married a Japanese woman. They're so docile and submissive. Yeah, they've never been hit by a rock. Now, when we first got married, I decided to take her on a romantic tropical honeymoon. Bad idea. We went to Pearl Harbor. Before you go out to the monument, you have to go into a theater and watch a 15-minute film on the attack. I was a little embarrassed. As we walked in, my wife was carrying popcorn. So there we are watching the film, and we get to the height of the attack. She jumps up and starts yelling, "Banzai! Banzai!" This old veteran sitting next to me said, "What's that about?" I said, she dropped her soda. Now, early in our relationship, like a lot of young couples, she had a pet name for me. She said it was the Japanese words for beloved sweetheart. So why don't we learn a little Japanese tonight? What she called me was Chisai Inke. Can you say that? Chisai Inke?
Chisai Inke.
Little tip for you guys going out with a Japanese woman. Chisai Inke means little penis. By the way, my wife hates that joke. And when I told it to her, she looked at me and said, "You Americans always know I'm in trouble when it starts off that way. You are so unsophisticated." And she turned off in a flounce and went back to watching King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, she's been in this country since 1985, and her English is still a little shaky. Sometimes she doesn't understand exactly what I say to her. Like there was a few months ago, I said to her, "Honey, let's go out for pizza." And she says, "Great, I'd love to go to Peter Luger's." Her spoken Japanese spoken English needs a little work too, and I try to help her along and correct her from time to time. A few months ago, we were out with another couple, and she made a cutting comment to me. Then she laughed and says, "Oh, I'm just teasing at you." And I said, "Honey, that's not right. And I'm going to correct you. It's not I'm teasing at you. It's I'm emasculating you." When my oldest daughter was 8, she came up to me and she said, "Daddy, Mommy said she's the boss." And I said, "She may say she's the boss, but in this palace, I'm the emperor." Unfortunately, she overheard me, and I spent the night sleeping next to the koi pond. And I'm not going to say she's a bad cook, but last night she did burn the sushi. Now, this October, we'll have been married 35 years. On our 34th anniversary, I said to her, "Honey, we've been married 34 years. You've been a great wife to me. You've been a great mother to our children. I know what I've gotten from this marriage. What have you gotten from it?" And she gave me that look that I know so well and have come to know so well over the last 34 years. She looked at me and she said, "You idiot, I got a green card." Now, I kid about my wife. She's great. By the way, she is a cancer survivor. She had thyroid cancer, and after the surgery, the surgeon came up to me and he apologized. He said the tumor was so big that to get it out, I had to cut the nerves to her vocal cords. I sent him a gift basket. Now, by the way, she's sitting over there. I'm going to pay for that joke later. It's going to be another koi pond night. As I said at the top, I'm an attorney, and I go to networking events. I was at one at Huntington last month, and I met the CEO of a very impressive startup. And she asked me, "What do I do?" I said, "Well, I'm into wish fulfillment." And she got all excited. "Wow, you help those kids out?" I said, "No, I'm a divorce lawyer." As a divorce lawyer, we sometimes, try to settle cases. We have a sit down with the other attorney, the other parties. It's called a four-way, just not the fun kind. So I'm at this four-way last week, and it went off the rails rather quickly. The wife starts yelling at my client, "Stanley, since we've been apart, I've learned bigger is better." And he turned to me and says, "What does she mean?" I said, "Dude, it means you're a Hysterical." Thank you very much.
Gary Port! Colonel in the Army, how cool is that, huh? Colonel in the U.S. Army, Gary Port, and many other things.